Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali. I gotta start this out by apologizing to Sister Lashid. She is right now conducting a live, and I try my best. I check to make sure I'm not conflicting, and I gave her much heartache over how she loved when she needs to, she is going to come up and talk, and I'm grateful because she is such an incredible analyzer, just an exact memory of so many details when it comes to what folks do against us. I'm pretty much, because my subject matter is covering cancer, and I didn't announce that I was going to be doing this at all, and they hide my channel so completely. I'm pretty sure that almost no one will come through at 10 p.m. Oh my goodness, there's one person. Hi. I don't know who you are, but there you are. It's good to see that one. Um, so I apologize to you, Sister Rashid. I don't like to conflict, and yeah, I apologize for accusing you of that, because sometimes you gotta, something's on your heart. And this is on my heart. The past couple days, I haven't been able to sleep well enough. Number one, because I've been steadily writing, which is a wonderful thing. The story is scary because, again, in my estimation, it's an extraordinary story, but it's more so because I'm making sure I keep it nice and fascinating, but plain and simple. I can just I love literature and I love writing, and I can get a little bit too, just to use a word that I won't be using in my book, but verbose. I think it is an actual it's a job. It's a job that I have in, and if you're not included in that job, so I can produce a story that is just going to grip you right off the bat and keep you running with it, then I'm lousy at my job. Doesn't matter how well or how badly I write. I have to do so because I got no daggone choice. They hide my vital warning on social media, on all the platforms, and they will continue to do so. They'll get even worse because they're desperate. And so I, just have been dedicated. I've been writing almost like throughout the day, except I got to make myself food and take care of my household chores as much as possible. Oh my goodness, it's my sister Gwen B. How you doing, Queen? It's good to see you. If you're the one, this a good time on up in here. Um, so I but at the same time, what's been going through my head is because I will go, and, well, I know, right? This is way late for me. I'm believe in getting to bed early so that I could get up really early and get what I need done, including my workouts. I can't sleep. I'm laying there, and I was reading more of Rosalie Bertel's book, The No Immediate Danger, and I just was like, I can't, because something's the stuff I've been reading in the headlines is in my heart, and I have the tabs up here, and so, I'm just talking. Let me just go right on over to the first one, which kind of sets the pace or whatever the heck else. Oh, wait, I'm not sharing my screen, and that would make things a little bit difficult. So here we go. Let's share screen. There goes my phone down there. If you heard that, I don't know, and allow, and there we go, the whole thing. And I think I could do it because I don't have this on the other one, but I think I could do this so that it's just, wait, how did I do that? I don't know. um let's see, I don't want to remove that. I don't want that on new layout. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted. Let's see, cancel. Okay, all right. Edit layout. Can I edit? Add item. I don't know what the heck is all of that over there. There's another plus here. Let's see, camera slot. I'm learning as I'm going. Let's see. What's nope, nope. Okay. Right. I didn't want to add anything. What's this? Save? Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Let's just keep it like that and not try anything else. Right? Let's see. Solo. Okay. Nope, that's not what I want. Add back. Okay. I'm having fun here because there's no necessary plan, but let me get to right here where I was, where these people are they're really just boldly evil. They're so freaking evil. I hope I remember all the different things that are just swirling through my head that are probably keeping me from getting some sleep. But Daily Mail is definitely they're full on satanic. They're just out there friggin' they're not out. They're in their right satanic minds. Cause if that's where you want to go, well, then that's the new you. Okay. More Americans will get cancer and die. God dang, can you make it gentle? Health groups slam US's, and then they put this garbage out here. New air pollution cap is not strong enough, as if there hasn't been air pollution forever. Forever. As if all the books I've written by nuclear physicists were never ever written. And that, when I think about how they hide my existence, I'm in really good company because they hide the existence of all of these nuclear researchers and physicists, and they've already documented what the hell is going on. I want to read this. I was going over this quote from Rosalie Bertell. So many. I mean, she's a hard read, I would say, but she was absolutely scathingly brilliant. Excuse me for any noises right there. My microphone is wonderfully sensitive. But I thanks to Brother Yapo Yapa, he found me the book, uh, which were testimonials from the Nagasaki and Hiroshima bombing victims. And whoa, it's incredible. But also in Rosalie Bertell's book, I did find where she mentioned the title of the book that is what Brother Yapo shared, but I think it's Hiroshima Narratives or something or other. But I wanted to share what she had written on page 143, part 3, the cover-ups. Yeah, she just documents it. And it's only like you have to read all these daggone books because each one has a portion of revealing how evil these people are and that they know exactly what the hell's going on. But anyway, going back to page 143, Dr. Fumio Shingeto, himself a Hiroshima A bomb victim, discovered that hermetically sealed x ray plates in the basement of his hospital had been exposed to radiation in the bombing. He was among the first to know that Hiroshima had experienced radiation warfare as well as firebombing. When they first dropped the bombs, people were expecting just regular warfare. So they were shocked when they saw people dying who hadn't been in the direct blast area. And that's when they started to, and their hair was falling out. That's when they said there's something else going on here. But the United States government and the Japanese, who the US went in there and they put those they wanted in charge. And they disallowed anybody counting above and beyond the US's really like minuscule number of people that they said died as a result of the bombing. They did the same thing with Chernobyl, where if you look at their official documents, they say, oh, only like 34 people died from Chernobyl. When Dr. Bandashevsky, when you do research on his credentials, you realize he's the dude who's telling the truth. He said 1 million. And by now, because the radiation effects keep on giving, it's even far more. And he said 1 million died. That doesn't include all the people who were affected. And so I'm just saying that in terms of what Dr. Shingeto found as far as the radiation exposing his hermetically sealed in the basement x-rays. That's intense, okay? It was he who violated the research prohibition. They even prohibited it, anybody being able to do further research. I mean, I'm talking evil, okay? Painstakingly collecting evidence on the bomb health effects. In 1952, at a meeting of the Japanese Hematological Society, he presented his thesis that leukemia was connected with exposure to the atomic bomb. That's just one damn bomb. One damn bomb, two bombs. He's going over Hiroshima, but there was Nagasaki. Fukushima has been well over, I would say by now, 50,000 bombs because it never stops emitting radiation. That's why the Pacific Ocean was glowing, okay? They're blaming air pollution, which has just been around for London, anybody? Right? London used to be covered with soot, okay? Um and nobody was dying in London back in them days, the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, the way you're going to be seeing folks dying now. And we are seeing folks dying now. So it ain't just air pollution. In 1952, at a meeting of the Japanese Hematological Society, he presented his thesis that leukemia was connected with exposure to the atomic bomb. When news of the physician's concern about leukemia was reported in Japanese newspapers, he was severely criticized by the Atomic Bomb Casualty Commission. I'm going to say that as ABCC from now on, okay? The U.S. Army surgeons had, after all, issued a statement in late 1945 that all people expected to die from the radiation effects of the bomb had already died. No further cases of physiological effects due to residual radiation were acknowledged in the subsequent 7 years. Not to be intimidated by these official pronouncements, and congratulations to Dr. Shingeto. I don't know if he's still alive. He probably isn't. But as of the publication of Dr. Bertel's book, he was still alive, okay? So kudos to him. I don't hate people just because they're not Black. They're going to do their best to pigeonhole us into wokery, and so that they can further convince clueless white people that we're their enemy. And we mean them, goodness gracious, no levels of the harm that their own mean them, all right? And so there were no statistics. So Dr. Shingeto interested a young medical student, Yamawaki, in the problem. There were no statistics available on leukemia. So they wrote letters to university hospitals all over Japan to ascertain the general incidence rate of this disease in the population. Yamawaki also examined the medical records of about 30,000 people who died in Hiroshima after the war. For each recorded leukemia case, he visited the physician who had diagnosed it and independently collected specimens and confirmed the diagnosis. That's like Dr. Bandashevsky, but he was actually doing the tests on the very victims of Chernobyl, living and post-mortem, okay? As his work progressed, the Atomic Bomb Casualty Commission began to take notice of it and made their data available to him. He completed the work in 2 years carefully documenting the statistical connection between leukemia and radiation exposure. Dr. Yamawaki is now a pediatrician in Hiroshima, but he suffered greatly over political, journalistic, and scientific attacks on his work when it was first publicized. It was called merely statistical and medically weak, even by Japanese Hematological Society. Only later was it accepted and even used by the ABCC as if it were its own accomplishment. And so this is just to pinpoint that's what they do. They discredit you, they isolate you, as they hide your work so that all these books, I'm like, God damn, how is it that I ain't never heard us talk about this? And this is the thing that the fact that they hide it so ferociously, that's the killer weapon. I've said that a million times. So let me just go back to the headlines. More Americans will get cancer and die. Health groups slam US's new air pollution cap as not strong enough. What you going to do? Go in there and erase out the plutonium, which is up in there in an atomic level, the cesium, all the other things? And then what's in the water? What you going to do? You surely are. They're not ever going to tell people that there are remedies, cures, and if we are working collectively, there are geniuses within our midst who would be working to save our children as it stands, because human nature is just, it's all encompassing. Most of our people are paying attention to the stupid crap that they put out there in order to capture our attention, which brings me to this headline. Years back, and not that too far back, I had noted that they're going to push the orgy thing because there's no bigger distraction than Satan. And I had said, but if you want to remind yourself why being naked, running around with your underwear showing, and you could see it's just the starlets. They had to get a couple rich chicks like Lauren Sanchez to do it so that they could present it as it's really just it's a style choice, right? Because they want everybody running around like beasts in the field, because Allah rules existence, not the devil. He made our bodies to be beautiful, but he made us to think, to think. That's why especially when you're here with the devil, you keep your clothes on. Because he wants I mean, come on now. They sell all advertisement using sexuality, pretty much, especially anything that the men are going to be attracted to. Cars, going to be some attractive looking woman selling the cars, selling the boats, selling whatever, right? That's because they know you're going to get excited. To have women so stupid walking around with no clothes on, as if they have a right to do that in a hypersexualized reality, and everyone should leave them alone. What is that going to do but imbalance? Especially they are stoking everyone to be angry constantly. I do not understand how you cannot get along civilly with your neighbors. Now, your family, they could get on your last nerves. You're going to have a couple of arguments right there and then, but at the same time, you surely don't have to hurt them, right? And you can learn how to argue in a more conducive manner so you can get your point across, so that others can feel your love for them. So you could think ahead to the reality that if you turn these folks off so much that they're like, I can't be near you, you are going to miss them. Mightily, you're going to miss them. And so you might as well just work on, okay, let me not say every expletive in the book. And let me just say something when we're all maybe have calmer heads, and then we could just sort of work this out so that it's productive for everybody in the house. right? That is so human. If you are capable of having that melanin force so that you can employ it to stabilize your emotions. That is something we are tour de force at doing that. They're talking us into thinking that we have this emotional fragility when no, it's them. It's them. Now, when I say this, I have to preface I wish no non Black people on the planet any harm. I really don't. I really don't. I seek redress and healing, an attempt at repair of the damage that their fragility is causing on this planet. But I surely do not support violence. Never have, never will. Never will. Okay? I don't hate people just based on their skin color. I will look at your deeds and then I'll call you a devil. And if the Most High seeks to eliminate you, he said the vengeance is on him. But vengeance, that's because you did the wrong first. We ain't doing nothing to you. Nothing. Just because someone speaks angry words, throws a choice insult around, that does not qualify as violence. That does not qualify as causing you bodily harm. Okay? Especially if the person is saying that because of something that you did. Something you did. So all of that said, I had talked about how they're going to want to get everybody, because when you tap into that sexual profundity, you can't think of anything else at that moment. So that's the frequency they want everybody on. It will create chaos. It will create rapes. It will create people who think lower than beasts. They want orgies. That's what they used to have in Europe. I don't know how many of them participated. Okay. But from the history I read, oh, it was whole towns worth. I'm just saying what I read. Okay. And what they're peddling, I had said, when you look at the difference, when you see the royal, according to them, I don't feel the same way about them. Okay. Because they're devils. But when you look at the royals, when you see them, they are thoroughly covered. They got so much damn money they steal. So they have very elegant clothes and they're covered. Not anymore. Because I looked at this headline. It's a royal flash. Them Germans, oh boy, they got penis parks up in there. German princess becomes the first aristocrat to appear naked in Playboy, and says her great-great-grandfather, the last king of Saxony, would have approved. How nice of you. I don't give a damn about your whatever ancestors and what they would say, because they have always done stuff that just repulses me. I'm saying personally, doesn't mean I want to harm you. Okay? But that first word, I was like, becomes the first. I had left a comment. I'll leave comments on Daily Mail more these days, because I want to see what they remove and what they keep, because it's instructional, very instructional. And so I had put a comment where I said, what do you mean the first? Does this mean that the other ones are coming soon enough? I would say, yeah. Because I don't know. I don't care. But just based on the trajectory of what Daily Mail does, like now they're peddling sea moss in their articles. Not sea moss, seaweed to the white people, the common white people, because I've been mentioning for the longest time about the sea moss and how that's being exclusively marketed to Black us. And now, so that, oh, no, we can't have that, because then it'll expose, because you might recommend your friends and family listen to my shares. And thank you if you do that. Not because of me, but because I'm the only one doing what I do. They might say, yeah, that's right. Oh, I only see it being peddled to black people. Well, now they can say, well, no, see, look, the seaweed, we're doing it to white people. Not until years and years and years later did you do that. Okay. And I don't know what the heck happened with the, I wonder, this is a good question. Will the Maris map come up? Right? Because I'm doing the live now. And looks like yes, it is. All right. And so I don't know what happened where they were like, no, we can't just have this not up here because that is a huge discrepancy. Right. But there ain't no damn place you could see anything from. And it's not going to be contaminated. Each and every single one of these daggone dots is radiation that they found. And you could just click on it all day long. Cesium 137. And this was found back in 1967. Okay. So that means there was some nuclear accident in 1967, probably one that they never even told anybody about because they don't have to tell us about them. Right. A lot of them, right. I'll go to the, what is it? The site that is on my nuke sites. The event notifications, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission site. That's a government agency. I'll go on over there and there'll be events happening that I'm just like, damn, like I did a little meme about they found 65,000 counts per minute in a package that got lost. What the hell? What the hell? Then they didn't evacuate anybody. You're supposed to evacuate people, I think, when it goes over 30 counts per minute. 30 counts per minute. There's supposed to be an evacuation. Hazmat suits drawn out. Sucker had 65,000 counts per minute. And it was a package that they didn't know where the hell it was. I was like, what? You ain't see that in no newspapers. These newspapers are going full on, what is it? Operation Paperclip or Mockingbird, whatever. They got so many of them. Agenda 220, 5,000 billion. Right? These people are nasty. They're just devils. They're devils. Okay, so going back to this article, I ain't rolling through this one. I ain't scrolling down to this. This is disgusting. This is what they plan on doing to normalize being less than a beast in the field. Like also with the Klaus Schwab, you will eat the bugs. They want you to be Renfield. Where, oh, I must do what the master says. That's what they want from everybody because they want to prove to themselves these people can't stand us. They want to prove to themselves that they are right. They are the best at everything, even if they're the best at just being evil. They're like, well, nobody could be evil like we could be evil, so we win. No, you lose because you just kill the damn oceans. And that's why they're freaking out. That's why everything they're doing is so obnoxious because they have no more time. No more time. I mean, dang, look at this. And they're going, more Americans will get cancer and die. And what's the other one that I had up on over here? This chick right here, where she looks so amused to have freaking breast cancer. What? What? The whole friggin' medical industry is in free fall collapse. These people are not going to get nicer, but we have the power to shut them down, right? By simply sharing the reality that they have killed the ocean. You can go to my videos. I challenge you. If you want to doubt what I'm saying, if you happen to have been recommended by somebody and you're like, no, CNN hasn't said anything about this. She's just like that Japanese man she was reading about, where she's just, has this strange ability to put all the facts down. But if CNN doesn't say it, it can't be. I don't mean that. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm just trying to say we've been beguiled heavily. We've been brainwashed. We've been traumatized so that we do not accept the truth, even if it is a cancerous tumor growing in our own bodies. And we think that these same people who are killing us are then going to treat us so that we're cured. No. They're just trying to find ways to explain away. Let's go. I haven't gone over here to the National Oceanic Atmospheric Agencies. Hold on, I gotta find my keyboard. What I put my keyboard? Keyboard. Oh, silly me. It's right in front of me. Okay, here we go. And oh, there we go. And this is for educational purposes 11 years ago. This is what came out of Fukushima. Aerosol dispersion. I did not put this together, and let's just check. It's on the National Oceanic Atmospheric Agency site. Okay. And I will mute it and then play it. And here we go. Bam. They only measured two isotopes, cesium and iodine. That's what came out. Down there's a counter. This is still March. It's going from the 19th, and I think that's UTC time. Well, yeah, right. 322, and then there's the year. So that's just the hours going by. And look at that sucker. I mean, goddamn, you could not have missed that. That's a snowstorm, a global friggin' snowstorm. And then I had found out that the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization, they have monitors. They still do. They just don't tell us what's going on all over the planet. This went everywhere, both hemispheres, not just up in the northern hemisphere, though you could see it slam the northern hemisphere. That is why there were orange fires in the places where the radiation concentrated the most. And then, as you saw, it went right on up to Canada. So when the fires were burning in the Canadian forest, those orange skies swooped on down right to New York also. That is the cesium that was in those forests that you can't burn. You can't burn. Right? Let's go on over to Dr. Bandashevsky's site. I hope Dr. Bandashevsky's okay, because it's sort of weird that when I find places, suddenly they go quiet. I don't know. I'm not saying anything. All right? Because I'm very open to people being human. I don't think that many of them are. Many of them really literally are demonic. Okay? And so that is its own frequency that is spiritually pulling them down. It is more an intensive force downwards than gravity. Okay. And so Dr. Bandashevsky, this is his site, healthcare in the zone Chernobyl. And it doesn't have the most blistering information that he has to share, but at the same time, it has his research. So I just want to go down right here. Forest fires in the Chernobyl exclusion zone and children's health, where he stated that these fires are re-releasing everything. These are not my feverish imaginations. Dr. Bandashevsky is literally a doctor. He ran an entire hospital dedicated to understanding radiological health. He did autopsies. He had a staff of, I think, almost 100 other fully accredited doctors. Hey? If you don't want to believe me, please do the research so you can understand what I'm talking about. Why I can't sleep. Okay? Why these dudes are up here screaming, more Americans. Why not everybody? If it's about the pollution, where is it that you're not going to find pollution everywhere? Could it be that NOAA map? I mean, the radiation's gone everywhere, but the most intensive, the heaviest isotopes that got blasted out with so much force that they reached across the Pacific Ocean in days. They deposited themselves on the West Coast primarily. I've shown other graphs where they're like, just there's a bumper crop of cancers in California. All the, like the weird stuff going on over in Cali where there's like epic crime, homelessness off the charts. That was their most non-devilish way of being the devil, where they were quietly trying to encourage people to leave. What you want to tell me Europeans and those descended from Europeans have any problem getting disagreeable or not disagreeable? I love the homeless. I really do. All right. It's a bum rap that this Western society is given to people who are in a difficult time. In original societies, you never had entrenched poverty. So I never look at the homeless without anything but tenderness. But at the same time, you want to tell me these people who killed off the entire Tasmanian population can't handle homeless people? As far as like, well, okay, we can't. I know they wouldn't do anything to solve the problem. But at the same time, to have them defecating and shooting up out in open tents, just one after another, street after a street. What? And now everybody, you just go and commit petty crime, walk into a store, steal everything, and there's no repercussions whatsoever. And then on top of that, we're going to give all you black people reparations. Over here, a state that never had slavery, never, ever, ever, even though they were racist as hell. They just stopped us from coming in at the border. Okay, you want to tell me they're going suddenly out of the kindness of their white hearts give us reparations based on that flimsy background? And now all of a sudden, oh, we're sorry. We didn't really mean it. Now they change their mind. No reparations now. Now that enough black people might have been encouraged to move on up in there. And I have my friends who moved over there too. I don't know why. I'm just saying. I hope it wasn't because they were waiting for that check to drop. Okay. I love them, some good people. I'm mad as hell at these folks who are killing my friends. Okay. So all of that happening and it's not a setup? Of course it is. I've been watching this channel and it's just fascinating. I definitely recommend, just getting the statistics that, come from the data that they're sharing, the essays that they're sharing is fact feast. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You just like, I know that from spending so much time looking into how many murders that they commit against each other. We're nowhere around encouraging it. And as I say, I don't need every single white person to be evil because not every single white person is, right? But the onus is not that we have to be perfect in order to justify the continuous removal of our ability to determine our own destiny. They have to be perfect in order to deserve that status, that ability to oppress us, even if it's subtly like they're doing today in their media. It's crazy. They have to be perfect and they're not. And so I've been just like going over these videos and listening. It's old world essays. So it might not be to everyone's liking, but as I say, I love literature and I love a good turn of phrase. And they're good at that. They really are. Okay. As I say, I don't need all white people to be the sum total of evil. I wish they weren't. I wish they could be at least good enough to stop this, to stop the freaking Pacific from dying anymore. Right? That would be great. I would clap. I clap for the white people. Okay? But at the same time, I would know, we got to separate, not segregate, separate. Because there's something in you that cannot stand us, no matter what we do. We could never, ever be nice enough to you for you not to feel a reflexive horror whenever we do well. So much so, oh my God, they never forget. They never forget anything that we do. Okay? It just, if they're looking like they're being nice, they're just biding their time. They're just waiting for you to get all relaxed. And then 15 generations later, da, 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 da. Okay? I'm just saying. So, yeah, this is wild. I know that's why the immigrants are being um not forced, but bribed. Where you got like the Chinese are owned by the satanic elites. Ain't nothing going on in China that isn't approved of. They're just more exact with it. The Chinese, they don't give a damn. They'll just be like, look, use your social credit system right now. Okay. Whereas with the white people, and they're all white, but at the same time, with the European and European descendants, what they do is, well, we want to be liked. We want to be the devils and be liked at the same time. While in the background, their elites and their operatives who worship them are nonstop working on destruction. So when I look at the stories about the immigrants and what they had to endure, oh my God, do get some pictures that are just like, I'm like, I should just like rewatch everything and get, screen captures of all of the things he shows. And I thank him for what he does. As I said, I don't need white people to be evil. I wish they would be nice enough to stop what theirs are doing. Okay, but they're not on that tip. They get embarrassed by those amongst them who are the devil. And that makes them the devil. If that is not you as an individual white person, I don't mean you. All right. But I'm just saying, whoa, they treat their own like friggin' sewage water, like rats, with no compassion whatsoever. So when I see them immigrants coming up, I know what they got planned, because you can see what happened in Europe when they got all the Africans moving on up in there, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, and the Eastern Europeans coming on over. Oh my goodness, they're destroying our country. They're so horrible. They're so this and so. There's a backstory to that that they don't publicize. That in like century, then there's going to be somebody reading all this stuff that they also shadow ban today of how those people were being treated behind the scenes, because chaos is their home for the elites. They very much need to prompt us to lose a gasket, to be caught up in our emotions, so that we respond, so that they could, like Israel didn't get away with it the way that they wanted to, right? So they're in a little bit of trouble, but that's also just kind of superficial, because the elites, they fund both sides of chaos. As long as the rockets are flying, like Dr. She had mentioned, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it's so true. They'll always sell weapons, because especially during a conflict, a war, they're going to be able to showcase, oh, look what these do. Look what these rocket launchers do. Okay. They're evil. They're just evil. Evil. But we don't have to succumb to anything that they do. Anything. All right. I don't know. Yeah, that was the last one. Breast cancer survivor reveals very awkward moment. What are you, in a TV show or something? Or are you dying? Okay. It's what? They're making it seem like it's a comedy. Everybody, I saw, even they had an advertisement on one of these shows I was watching on YouTube. 1 in 3 people, some hospital, 1 in 3 people is going to be Americans, going to be coming down with cancer. I was like, oh my God. And they were saying it like it was just, they might as well be trying to sell you some toilet tissue. It was no big deal for them. Like, damn. And they tried to depict us as cold, brutal murderers. Right? I'm like, damn, you some cold psychopaths. Right? So she didn't have any nibbles during spicy evening together. What the hell? What you got? They're trying to make it into the latest fetish now? Yo, I got myself a breast cancer girl. Right? This is sick. This is insane. This is insanity. You and me, we are not insane. We're not out of our minds. They're going to try to put that out there. Like right now, was it with the Dylan Mulvaney and the Bud Light thing? I could come on over to the comments section actually, because I think I'm going to be done soon enough. Let's see now. Oh, right. I know what I want to do. Yeah, do that. Okay, there we go. And oh, there it is. Oh, right over there. Oh, greetings to you. 12 people listening. That is really nice because I ain't announced anything. I didn't know I'd be up on here. Let's see now. And yes, I do have the volume off. And so let's got it. Okay. Wait, I don't know what the heck that was that it just said. Let's see. I'm trying to get up there. And here we go. Comment moderation. Come on now. Pop out chat. That's what I want. Okay. And there we go. Okay, wonderful. And thank you for the hearts. Someone sent some hearts, and that's a wonderful thing. Let me greet anyone who's come on in. Beloved Sister Gwen B, King Page 09, Warrior Status. Hey now, my brother, how you doing? And Herman Breckenridge, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. And I think that's it. That's it right there. I just forgot what the heck I was saying, and I really wanted to say it too. But let's see now. Institutionalized evilness made mainstream. Yes. And that reminds me about the immigrants, where that's one of the arguments that the United States makes against reparations is that they like to say that, well, no, it was individual racism that was causing all the problems, and we had no hands on it. But they encouraged the immigrants to come in, and it was with the immigrants, they knew there was going to be nothing but poverty waiting for these people, massive poverty. And so all they had to do was just throw in a little firecracker to get the chaos started. And then they just allow all the white immigrants to burn our towns to the ground. Otherwise, they still be here. So they were all eliminated, all destroyed. And the United States didn't have to bring in the cavalry, even though with Tulsa, they did use airplanes to drop bombs on so-called American citizens, Black us. Okay? So it's institutionalized evil. And that's what makes a lot of common white people want to absolve themselves from any connection with any of it. But it's there because I'm like, no, when you see what's going on and you understand it fully, you get to work. You get to work. You do what's necessary. Doing little parceling charitable things ain't do a damn thing for nobody, not ever. Not ever. Now, whatever you got to do with your own, that's on you. But I'm just saying, you guys have never gone far enough. And I don't mean falling for the Albert Pike fake setup of the KKK with its lies, where it is also in zero hedge. Oh my God, I love to see just how many racists fall for the programming on that site. Reading in the comments, oh, it's them Black people again. But a zero hedge ain't telling you a damn thing about radiation. I look at that and I'm like, these people so damn stupid. So damn stupid that they don't even think to themselves, maybe I should actually do some research and not just trust these folks who are white like me. But have I seen? Yes, I have, the destruction that they have caused planet wide. And so, oh, I remember I was going to talk about Trump and Dylan Mulvaney, where Trump just came out saying, well, if you guys could, cut Anheuser-Busch a little slack and start buying the Bud Light again. And Trump's supposed to be like their boy. He's supposed to be one of them, red neck kind of dude, all sit down and have some beers and overly deadly hamburgers. And now in the comments on Zero Hedge, now they're saying, oh, well, Trump is, he down for the count. He calls the Clintons his friends. But they don't share these truths that they're suspicious of, because they'll come out, well, I've been suspicious about this for the longest time. They attach their stars to whatever one trick pony they find that will maintain their hegemony of just braggadocio arrogance one day longer. They don't do any research any deeper, and their own are killing them. Own are killing them with the seaweed now too, where I documented Paris Hilton with her. Oh, I don't blame the baby, right? But the baby obviously is mutated. Okay? Encephaly. I know people want to say there's some mythical creature called Big Head. Yo, we got to step away from all the flat earth lunacy out there. Okay? So we can focus and remain sane. And so I documented that she was doing some of their friggin', Zoester, Baphometic, black-white nonsense. And then lo and behold, all of a sudden they had an article in Satanic Daily Mail where she's all doing this sea theme. And then the very next day they were having articles peddling, one of the most incredible superfoods is seaweed. I was like, that's because that's what they did in Japan when they started burning the Fukushima debris all over Japan. They needed to pan out the effect of the radiation so that it wouldn't be such an aberration like California is. And I saw an article in Daily Mail also where they were saying, soon the homeless crisis is going to be coming to states all over the United States. Don't just look at the West Coast and think it's just happening over there. No, that's because they want to dole out the effects. So it doesn't look like they were just having a conniption fit reaction to the hell they brought to the West Coast. They had no idea when they blasted Fukushima off what was going to happen, just how catastrophic it would be. Okay? These are not the smartest people. Being evil is not a wise move ever, especially when the one and only is real. It's the dumbest thing ever. But they're not good thinkers. And so they like to flatter themselves that we're the smartest, we're the most, erudite, we're the most this, we're the most that. Stop it. Just be good. That's all you need to be, is good. That eludes them. And that means good even if all your industries gratefully collapse. The medical industry as it's set up right now, it's friggin' gas chamber bad. It just needs to collapse. Okay? All this stuff you got, the educational industry, this worship people have of sheepskins, that needs to collapse. Because the sheepskin people are killing everybody. He's worshiping them. Well, he's a doctor. Right? I trust Arna and Dr. Shea heck, oh my leaps and bounds more than any of them. And them like, oh, well, we could come up with a cure for cancer. Oh, get behind all the others who've got already done that a million times over, and they're peddling the terrible three: the chemo, the radiation, and the surgery. In other articles I've been reading where people are saying, Michael Strahan's daughter, good Lord, please put some clothes on your daughter. That is just damn sad, right? And then, I got the radiation, I got the and also with Charles in charge. They're also, it's hard for me to call him king. I know for them, he's king. All right. I don't wish him any harm, but I'm just saying, he's like prostate cancer. And that could even be made up. I'm not saying, I don't know. But I would hazard a guess he ain't getting none of that daggone chemo or radiation. He ain't getting any surgery. He's going to his holistic physician and getting the cures that are already established. They know. Hey? So, yeah. Oh, you just looked at the baby. Yeah. Let's see. He not redneck. He is greenneck. Oh, let's see what you mean. Okay, I don't know what you mean. Right. um, yeah. That's it's they're nuts. They're nuts. And I'm glad I shared because I had to. It's just whoa, there's so much they're doing with and oh, the wokery where they're putting these people out who I'm like, who the hell is that? You find one lunatic and you pay them $10,000, they're going to say whatever the hell you want them to say publicly. But they never say, can we just separate from the white people? This ain't working out even for the white people. You never hear them say that. It's always like, oh, they're leeches, these white people. And by the way, I'm trans 750 different sexes. Right? In that case, then you need the white people to stay in charge because sane people tend to have the most amount of melanin. We did not overnight become supporters of your sexual lunacy. Okay? We know better. I shared a little, segments from a video where somebody went into the hood and was asking us, do you think that children should be getting puberty blockers or, genital, I want to call it mutilation because that's exactly what it is sterilization mutilation. And all of us were like, hell no. It wasn't even like, well, let me ponder this. It was just, hell no. How is that changed? So suddenly we are going to be the titular heads of the wokery, and they keep stoking all these white people. That was another comment that I made on Daily Mail that I knew they were never going to allow it. And that was where they were trying to make it seem as if only racist white men are against wokery. And they want to make it seem like we're part of the woke whole thing just by speaking about diversity. I support real diversity. That means you stay your butt over there and we'll stay our beautiful black behinds over here. Okay. And that way we all can remain diverse. That's real diversity. What they put out there, that's just some Aleister Crowley, e pluribus unum beguilement. Right? So we're not part of any of that, but they're forcing us in there. So when I put the comment down, I was like, I'm a black woman. I don't see why this is always just segregated to the white men. That's because that's the way they want it to seem. That we support every single insane idea out there. Every single nonsense has a right to be recognized as if it's a legitimate mindset. Hell no. There's folks out there who feel like they should not even have legs. And then they will lie down on a train track, waiting for the train to come through to sever their legs. I'm not joking. I think it's called body dysmorphia. You could look it up. And the only people suffering from it are white people. Please do not go out and pay a black person $10,000 now to chop their leg off, because you have driven so many of us to such a level of desperation. All you have to do is find a couple crackheads somewhere, and they just might agree to do that. And I don't want them to do that. Right? I'm just saying, we're different people. Good Lord. Hallelujah. Because we need somebody on this planet to be sane, to stay sane, no matter what garbage you guys put out there. We need somebody, right? So, oh, thank you so much, Sister Gwen B. I was just about to say that. Family, I continue to need your help. I know it may, like you got your life. You have your life to lead, without a doubt. But these dudes are putting they're like, we're going to only put our money with those companies that are building civilization. It ain't never going to happen from them. I'm just saying. If there's going to be anything civilized on this planet, we got to work on building it ourselves and supporting those who are going to bring all the information, even if it means we're shadow banned, our platforms are hidden. Support your soldiers, right? Because I am not obviously a materialist. Even Dr. Shi has said that about me, and he's a scathingly honest man, right? He's the same way. So I'm going to take my resources and build so that I could get the equipment like Dr. Bandashevsky, this Russian dude, did it. Why can't we do it? Why can't I be part of saving you and our family by getting the equipment that I've researched so I could test our food and identify what is the most radioactive, what is the least radioactive, and then there's even equipment to test the radioactive signature being emitted from our own bodies. We could then see categorically, well, when you use that method, your radiation count goes down drastically. Oh, you doing that? No, that's not working for you. Right? I could put out a list of foods that are the best to eat as opposed to the worst. And it will be based on the radiation. Because other than that, we're all just kind of guessing. I mean, it's good. It's excellent guesses. Definitely get the book on 25,000 year cycle, Furnace of Affliction, Healing Radiation Damage in the Human Body. That is going to work from everything that I've read. Okay? But at the same time, the more precise we are, the stronger we are. Imagine we come out with the data. And they can't stop that. There's certain things, they can't stop it. Right? They're about hiding all of this. Right? So we come out with the data. Everything changes. Everything is, it's a wrap. And this has happened throughout history, even with their own history. They think that they're going to get away with all of this. But even throughout time, they go too far. And then people say, oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. And then that's why right now the royal houses are in a desperate strait trying to get back to being absolute monarchs. They only been pretending, and it's been painful for them to even treat their own servants like they're real human beings. Oh my goodness. They still pay them crap. But at the same time, regular, common British white people started saying, no, you can't treat us like that. What made them more vocal in demanding their rights? these white people started going out around the planet and ran into Aboriginal us. And they were like, oh my goodness, look, they look happy. And they have no entrenched poverty. Oh my God. Right? That's when they started pretending that they were so morally better than everybody else. And they were just up there lying during the whole Victorian era. People were so friggin' depraved behind doors. It's just disgusting. So I'm saying they've already lost. They've lost even before Fukushima. They lost. It's just that it's such a wild before and after. We got this. We got this. Right? I don't care if tomorrow I got 2 subscribers. We won. We won. Because they can't stop you and me. All right? All right. So definitely, thank you so much, Sister Gwen. I really appreciate that. And some will remove or disable body parts because they do not feel that they belong to them. Yes, it's wild. I'm like, what kind of mind would think that? That's crazy. Woo. Oh, thank you, Brother Warrior Status. All right, let me get on out of here. I don't even know what time it is, but it's 11:16. All right, family. I guess I'll read some more of my book, but this was very soothing to my spirit. I thank you for being you. All praise due to Allah for making such a magnificent people as Black us. Straight Black pride. And we are here forever. Peace and blessings, family. Let's see. And right there, thank you so much. Love you.